Hey everyone, Kathleen here with MustangMindset.com. I'm so happy you're here in the group. Thank you so much for joining me. We've had a lot of new people join us. And I wanted to talk a little bit about this topic, the question, how do you communicate with a dead animal? And I bring this up because a friend of mine actually asked me that question the other day. Before I get into that, I want to talk a little bit about my background, because when somebody asks me that question, I kind of want to cringe. My background, my parents were in business. They sold real estate. I actually got a business degree originally. If you read my about page, you'll see that I've always been about animals, but my background was like this corporate, straight-laced, 22 years. I was an underwriter for a major bank and underwriting all these big loans, and it was really, very analytical and stuff, but I kept feeling like I was wearing a pair of shoes that were a size too small as I'm working in this corporate job. Because, I was secretly studying mind-body wellness stuff and intuitive things, and I wrote this book called Lose the Diet, Transform Your Body by Connecting with Your Soul, and getting kind of spiritual. And I think it was hard to kind of admit, what I really loved and who I was, and that's been a struggle for me for a while, is admitting my intuitive self, because I've been around a lot of people who are, they don't think that way, and, they're very businesslike or whatever, and it's taken me a long time to really kind of admit it, and I'm still partially in hiding because it feels weird even to me sometimes. So, over the weekend, I was talking about animal communication to a good friend of mine, and she said, what? Wait, dead animals? How do you talk to a dead animal? And, but here's the thing, is that it's all about energy. And so whether the animal, it's like us, it's the same thing, whether the animal is alive or not alive, it's their energy that we're connecting to. So we're not connecting to the physical body. We're tapping into the energy. So, if you take the soul away, which is the energy, all you've got is a body, right? They're no longer around, whether it's a human or an animal. So, people have said, well, if they're alive, don't you have to be there? No, because either way, it's really tuning into their energy. So, does that make sense? So it's really all about the soul and the energy, and they really, whether they're alive or not, it's the soul that we're really communicating with. So I don't know if that helps with getting some clarity for some people who are kind of bewildered about how can we connect with an animal that's not living, because the living part is the soul. So, when I used to talk about weight in my book and about connecting with our soul, I used to say our body is kind of like our vehicle. It's like a car, and weight is like having too much gas in the engine, and in the gas tank, and we need to burn it off. So whether you want to think of our body as a suit or a vehicle or whatever, it's just, something for our soul to be in. So, hi, Chelsea. Yes, we were talking to Gremlin a couple days ago, who's awesome and loves to lick Chelsea's legs, and he's in spirit, still kind of hanging out, licking her legs. And, so the way it works is I kind of see it or feel it myself, and have kind of honed that skill over the years and really getting into it after COVID, to be honest, really going, this is really the direction I want to going. It's where I belong. So if anybody has any questions about that, I'm here to answer. But that's how it works. And it doesn't really, I used to lick legs. Like I say, it doesn't matter whether they're alive or not alive. Through a photo, I tune into their energy. And I'm really getting into also energy healing as well, because when it comes to energy healing, it has to do with the energy of the soul and whether it's a human or animal and how things manifest physically in the body. It really starts in the energy body and then it goes to the physical body. Whether we're emotionally, our emotions are energy, right? So when we're emotionally out of whack, it's like if we're feeling a lot of anger or stress or whatever, how that shows up in the body. And that comes from the energy, it's that soul energy body. So anyway, I love to tap into that. And I know so many of us worry about, I hear all the time, are they mad at me? Are they disappointed in me? And, the soul and, animals in particular, it's pure love, really. And they're not really feeling this anger towards us or resentment or why didn't you do this or why didn't I get better dog food or hay or whatever. They really are unconditional love. And so the next book that I'm working on is about animals as angels and guides, because they really help us, whether they're here in our life to enhance our life and to help support us on our journey. They kind of come in and then they leave, and then even after they leave, they're still around us, to support us and help us as we go through life. So I hope that gives you some clarity out there for whoever is wondering, how do you talk to a dead animal? But I did cringe when I was asked that question because I feel like, oh gosh, she thinks I'm a weirdo. But, if you believe in the spirit, if you believe that we have souls, it's just that intuitive ability to connect with that and to tune in, because they're still here. They haven't left us. So anyway, that's the explanation. And also yesterday I wanted to mention when I was doing little readings in the group, and someone was talking about, and again, how their animal feels, and maybe I should rehome the animal because I get stressed. And the animal's not like, no, I want you to de-stress, I want you to feel better. And then I got to thinking, wouldn't it be awesome to work with the animal and do some life coaching? So it's kind of co-creating with myself and the animal. So I have a package of 4 sessions. And in fact, I'm going to share my direct link to my booking page, because I have like a half-hour session if you want to tune in to your animal friend, whether they're here or they've passed. And then there's an hour session, which is really more like for more than one animal. And then I thought, well, let's do a 4-session package. So I have that as well. And I think it's an awesome idea to say, let's get some feedback from your animal friend about what's going on with you. And also I've got life coaching tools and meditation tools to help you to de-stress, deal with the anxiety or whatever it is that your animal friend is saying she needs to work on this stuff. So I think that's kind of a cool idea too. So the packages, can be a combination of sessions, whether it's animal communication, life coaching, and combining it all together, which I think is an awesome thought. It's like getting 2 life coaches in one. So anyway, thanks for tuning in, and I hope that clarifies things. And send me any questions. I'd love to hear from you. Post them below, and I'll pop in again soon and talk to you later.